If you're looking for a left-hand crochet mitt pattern, then you've come to the right place. I'm Little John Yarns. I come out with new patterns every single week, so grab your hook and yarn and let's hop into this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make these adorable thick mittens. And thanks to Donna Kay for this awesome tutorial suggestion. If you have any suggestions, just leave a comment in the comment box down below. You'll notice this pattern is very similar to the crochet slippers that I created last week. I'll leave a link up above for that and in the description down below. In this pattern, I'm going to give you pattern suggestions for all adult sizes. And to make this tutorial even easier, we're going to separate it into 3 simple sections: the top, the wrist, and your thumb. You can help support this channel by downloading the written PDF. I'll leave a link down below, or checking out my new merch. I add brand new shirts weekly, so make sure you check that out. Alright, let's hop into this tutorial. We're going to begin by making a magic ring. So wrap your yarn around your fingers. And chain 1 to secure your magic ring. We are going to place 11 double crochets into the ring. 1, 2, 3. You can pause your video here and continue placing the rest of your 11 crochets into the ring, and I'll meet you back at the other side. We made it back around, and you can pull your little string tight to close your hole. Alright, you should have 11 double crochets, and we're going to slip stitch to join into the top of the very first double crochet. You can kind of see the top of it here because it's kind of pulled. So stick your needle in there, or your hook, and slip stitch to join. We're going to chain 1. Throughout this pattern, this chain 1 will not count as a stitch. We're going to begin by placing 2 front post double crochets into the very same stitch. To do that, we're going to yarn over, insert your hook through the front of the post, not the stitch up top, but the post, like so, and complete your double crochet. And that was 1. We're going to put another front post double crochet into the very same stitch. So yarn over, go back through that very same post, push that post forward, and complete your double crochet. Alright, we're going to put 2 front post double crochets in each stitch around. I'm going to show you one more time. Front post, push that stitch forward, the next one, and complete your double crochet. And once again, we're going back into the very same stitch to do another front post double crochet. So yarn over, back into that same stitch, and complete your double crochet. All right, you can pause your video here. Continue placing 2 front post double crochet in each stitch around, and I'll meet you back at the other side. Okay, we've made it back around. You should have a total of 22 front post double crochets. And we're going to slip stitch to join into the very first front post double crochet. You can see right here. There's the chain 1, the top of your front post double crochet. And slip stitch to join. Chain 1, remember it doesn't count as a stitch. If you're following along to the written pattern, you'll see we're on row 3. And what we're going to do here is place 1 front post double crochet in each stitch around. So yarn over, go into the very first front post double crochet, and put another front post double crochet into the next front post double crochet, and place a front post double crochet. All right, it's easy as that. You can pause your video here and continue putting 1 front post double crochet in each stitch around until you make it to the other side. So pause your video here. Okay, we've made it back around, and once again, we're going to slip stitch to join into the very first front post double crochet. And you should still have 22 front post double crochets through this whole pattern so far. Right now, we're just going to repeat the very last row, which is 1 front post double crochet in each stitch, for another 10 rows. So you can pause your video here and complete another 10 rows of just front post double crochets and slip stitch to join. So pause your video here and I'll meet you when you're done with those additional 10 rows. At this point, we're going to try on your mitten. It should fit snugly between your pointer finger and your thumb. If it's not there, just add a few more rows. And if it's a little bit too big, you can just decrease 1 row or 2, according to your size. We completed our 13 rows, and this is what your work should look like so far. So now we're going to chain 1. We're going to be working on the thumb hole. We are going to front post double crochet into the next 9 stitches. By now you should know how to front post double crochet. So continue placing front post double crochets into the next 9 stitches. So you can pause your video here and I'll meet you when you complete your 9. Alright, you completed your 9 stitches. Now you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and front post in the 3rd. So yarn over. Remember, we skipped 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we'll front post double crochet into the 3rd. And we're going to continue placing front post double crochets all the way to the end of the work, end of this row, So pause your video here. Continue placing 1 front post double crochet in each stitch until we make it to the other side. I'll meet you there. We made it back around and let's slip stitch to join. Chain 1. This is what your work looks like so far with your little thumb hole. We are going to front post double crochet into the next 9 stitches. So this is 1 and 2. You know the routine, so you can pause your video here and continue placing 9 front post double crochets, and I'll meet you at the completion of your 9. Okay, we completed those 9 front post double crochets and we made it to the chain 6. What we're going to do here, we're going to place 1 double crochet in each one of the chains. We're not working into the ring, we're working into the exact chains. So double crochet and place 1 double crochet into each chain. I'm going to move a little bit faster here so I won't have to pause the video. So I'm going to put my 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that's what it looks like. So now we're back to our front post double crochets. We're going to front post double crochet all the way to the end of this row. Front post double crochet. I'll show you one more. Okay guys, you know how to front post double crochet, so you can pause your video here, continue placing 1 front post double crochet until you make it to the other side. I'll meet you there. Okay, we've made it back around and let's slip stitch to join. Okay, we're going to chain 1, and if you're following the written pattern, we would be on round 16. For the next 2 rows, we're going to do the exact same pattern sequence. We've already chained 1, and we are just going to front post double crochet in each stitch around. So single front post there, and another front post there. So pause your video here, continue placing front post double crochets in each stitch around for a total of 2 rows, including this one. So I'll meet you at the completion of your 2 rows. We've made it back around after those 2 rows, and we're, excuse me, we're going to slip stitch to join. Chain 1. We're going to front post double crochet in the next 11 stitches. So this is 1 and 2. Pause your video here and complete the rest of your 11 stitches, and I'll meet you there. Okay, we completed our 11 front post double crochet, and now we're going to front post double crochet 2 together. We're going to be reducing our work, so let me try it on real quick. If you can see how it's a little bit wide, we're going to reduce our work so it fits snugly around your wrist, like so. So to do your front post double crochet 2 stitches together, you're going to yarn over and go through 2 stitches. 1, and this second one over here 2. So you have 2 posts on your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and complete your double crochet as usual. Simple as that. And this is what your 2 front post double crochet looks like together. Kind of looks like a Y. All right, once again, we're going to do 11 more front post double crochets. So that's 1 and 2. Pause your video here and complete the rest of the 11 front post double crochets. Okay, we completed those 11, and now we're going to do 1 more front post double crochet 2 together at the very end of this row. So yarn over and go through those last 2 stitches. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and complete your double crochet as usual. And now we're going to slip stitch to join. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, at the end of this row, you should have a total of 24 stitches. And if you're following the pattern, right now we'll be on row 19. Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to front post double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So front post double crochet. I was making sure I was reading my pattern right. 1, I'm moving faster. 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to front post double crochet 2 together. That is going to be our pattern repeat. Front post double crochet the next 4. I'm moving faster so I can save video time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Front post 2 together. So yarn over and go through 2 front post double crochets. You'll notice that the second one from the row before is in this same stitch also. So yarn over, pull up a loop, and complete your double crochet as usual. So you know the pattern sequence. So we're going to place 1 front post double crochet into the next 4 stitches, followed by a decrease. All right, pause your video here, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, we've made it back around, and we're going to slip stitch to join. At the end of this row, you should have a total of 20 stitches. All right, chain 1. The next 3 rows are going to be, 20, 21, 22, 23. Sorry, the next 4 rows is going to be exactly the same. We're going to chain 1, which we already did, and front post double crochet into each stitch all the way across. As simple as that. So front post into each stitch. So you can pause your video here. We're going to continue placing 1 front post into each stitch all the way across for a total of 4 more rows. And I'll meet you when you're complete with those 4 rows. Once you've completed your additional rows of front post double crochet, you're just going to slip stitch to join and fasten off your work. Now we're going to be moving on to the thumb area. Right here, this is where we're going to use our stitch markers. As you can see, these are your 2 skip posts. This is the top of your glove. 1, 2, and you'll see a post running all the way down the seam of your glove. Right here. We're going to place a stitch marker right here at this seam, at the opening or the side part of your thumb hole. Because where this is, we're going to place a half double crochet on either side of this stitch. And you're going to do the same exact thing to the opposing side. Place your stitch marker so you can place half double crochets on either side of your work when we get there. Now, turn your work upside down. We're going to attach your yarn to the very right of the very first skip front post double crochet. As you can see, there's 2, 1, 2, and then there's that long seam. So attach your yarn. And chain 1. Front post double crochet into the next 2 stitches. I'm sorry, front post half double crochet. We're not doing double crochets, we're doing half double crochets for this row. So front post half double crochet, pull up a loop, and we're pulling through all 3 stitches. All right, front post half double crochet into the next stitch, pull up a loop, remember half double crochet, pull through all stitches. And now we made it to our little stitch marker. All right, we're going to place a half double crochet to the very right of your work. Right of your stitch marker. So yarn over, place it under that post and up, and complete your half double crochet. Now to the very left of your stitch marker, you're going to do the very exact same thing. And complete your half double crochet. By using half double crochet, since they're smaller, it closes off that ugly gap that the thumb leaves in between your work and your thumb. So now we made it to those 6, and we're just going to front post double crochet into the very next 6 stitches. Front post half double crochet. I keep messing up my words. Half double crochet into the next 6 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and here's number 6. We're back to our little stitch marker, and just like before, we're going to place a half double crochet to the right and a half double crochet to the left. Half double crochet. Now to the left of your work, place another half double crochet. And we're just going to slip stitch the join into the very first front post half double crochet. And there's the completion of that row, and you have your little thumb hole. All right, if you're following my video pattern, we're on you're following my written pattern. We're on the thumb section, working on round 2 through 4. So we're going to chain 1 for this next round, and we're going back to front post double crochet. And we're going to do this same exact pattern sequence for a total of 3 more rows. So we're just going to front post double crochet into the very next stitch. And we're going to continue placing front post double crochets all the way around for a total of 3 more rows. So you can pause your video here, and I'll meet you at the completion of those 3 rows. Made it back around, and now we're just going to slip stitch the join. And we are going to complete our very last row. So chain 1. For this row, we're going to front post double crochet 2 stitches together all the way around. So yarn over, go to 2 stitches, pull up a loop, continue your front post double crochet. Once again, yarn over, go through 2 posts, and front post double crochet. We're going to do that all the way around until you make it to the other side. So pause, and I'll meet you there. Okay, we made it back around, and we are going to slip stitch the join, and then we're going to fasten off our work. And leave a little long tail for sewing. Fasten off your work, and we're going to attach our yarn to a needle. And you're just going to sew this little hole closed. Nothing special, just sew it closed, and then you'll be all done. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And check out my crochet slipper tutorials and all my other patterns. Okay guys, I'll see you all on a very next video.